Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this transformative journey. You see, every day we dive into a powerful conversation about self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself is the first step to living a fulfilling life. You can expect insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories. Plus, we'll occasionally welcome special guests who will share their unique perspectives on self-love and personal growth. So get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. Because it's time to embrace the beautiful person that you are. So let's elevate our lives one episode at a time. Now let's get started. Hey, my beautiful souls. Well, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am so excited to introduce you to our new series for this month, The Act of Balancing Life. And in this series is designed to help you discover and maintain equilibrium in your life, especially when things, feel chaotic or overwhelming, right? Well, today we will be diving into the theme of the art of balancing, understanding life equilibrium. You see, balance is a concept that we hear about often, right? But what does it truly mean to live a balanced life? Well, for me, balance is about finding harmony between the different aspects of my life, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. It's not about having everything perfect, but about finding peace in the ebb and flow, right? So before we get started, I want to remind you all about some exciting resources that we have available. There's a free mini book, a free mini ebook on our website that offers some simple but powerful strategies to help set your intentions for a more harmonious life. As well as if you want to dive even deeper, we've got a full 50-page ebook available as well, packed with guidance and exercises for finding balance in your day-to-day life. And finally, our 21-day Act of Balancing Challenge is here to support you as you integrate these principles into your life. Now, over the next few weeks, we will share prompts, reflections, all to help you create a balance across your personal, professional, and spiritual worlds. Well, before we get deep into this topic today, let's take a quick break. And when we return back, we're going to talk about balancing life, the act of balancing life, and how it get our equilibrium right, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Are you ready to embark on a journey toward harmony and balance? Join us for our exciting new challenge, the 21 Days Living Balance Challenge on the Season of Self-Love podcast. As part of our monthly series, The Act of Balancing Life, this challenge will guide you through daily practices designed to help you harmonize your mind, body, and spirit. Whether you're juggling work, relationships, or self-care, we're here to support you every step of the way. Don't wait, sign up now to take part in this transformative experience starting October 1st. Together, we'll build a community of balance seekers ready to embrace joy and self-discovery. Visit our website or click the link in our bio to join the challenge today. Let's find our balance together.
Hey, this is Dog Pound Mike from Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast. Come check us out every week. And remember, I'm no relationship expert. I just tell it like I hear it from the kennel. Get back at it.
Exciting news, everyone. Nyomi Banks, your favorite transitional life and relationship coach and the inspiring host of the Season of Self-Love podcast, has just released another incredible resource for your personal growth journey, introducing her latest transformational ebook and workbook, Balancing Life, a guide to harmonizing your life. This 50-page guide is designed to help you navigate the complexities of life, bringing balance and harmony into your everyday experience. Perfectly paired with our amazing new series for this month, The Act of Balancing Life. This workbook is packed with practical exercises, insightful prompts, and valuable tools to empower you on your path to self-discovery and fulfillment. Don't miss out on this opportunity to invest in yourself and enhance Your journey toward a balanced life. Balancing Act is available now. Grab your copy today and step into a world of harmony and self-love.
All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we're starting a new series, and it's about the act of balancing our life. All right, so before we get deeper into this topic today, let's take a moment to just center ourselves with a brief 60-second guided meditation, all right? So I invite you to close your eyes, if that feels comfortable for you, and just simply soften your eyes, your gaze, okay? Take a moment to take a deep breath in through your nose and hold for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth. I want you to feel your body to relax as you continue to breathe deeply and evenly. I want you to picture a place where you feel calm and balanced. It can be a beach, a forest, or even a quiet room. I want you to imagine yourself surrounded by a soft, warm light that fills you with peace and serenity. Now, as you breathe, I want you to allow your stress of tension to melt away with each exhale. Now, I want you to inhale peace and exhale stress. Now, gently bring your awareness back to this moment, feeling refreshed and ready to embrace in your balanced life. Take one more deep breath in and let it out slowly. And when you are ready, open up your eyes and be in this moment in time. Now, if you're new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, this is something that we do every day, Monday through Friday, that we help ground ourselves before we get into the topic at hand. And again, thank you for joining me in that moment of calm, all right? All right, again, the topic for today is the act of balancing life in equilibrium, right? And this month's series is all about the act of balancing. So, the one thing that I love doing is I always love hearing from our listeners. And today we have a letter from Jessica, who's been an avid follower of the podcast. And she writes, "Dear Nyomi, I've been listening to your podcast for a while now, and the past few series have been truly amazing. However, I find myself feeling out of balance despite all of the great advice and insights. I often feel overwhelmed with my responsibilities at work and at home, and it seems like I can never find time for myself. I want to understand how to truly achieve balance in my life. Any tips or guidance will be greatly appreciated, Jessica." First of all, I want to say thank you, Jessica. Jessica, thank you so much for the letter. And I can hear how overwhelmed you are, and I know that so many of our listeners can relate to feeling like this. Feel like life is pulling them in all directions, right? Well, balance can feel very elusive, especially when we're managing so many responsibilities. And I've been there too. And I want you to know that you are not alone in this journey. So what I want to do first is I want to kind of help define on what balance like, all right? So let's talk about balance. Okay, it's easy to think of balance of having everything perfectly in order all the time, right? But that's not always realistic. In fact, balance is less about perfection and more about finding peace and flow amidst the ups and downs of life. You see, there are many areas of our life that require balance. Our mental, our emotional, physical, and spiritual health all needs this attention. You see, balance is a dynamic and it changes from moment to moment depending on our circumstances. But today I encourage you to reflect on what balance looks like for you personally. Is it finding a quiet moment for yourself in a busy day? Or is it a nurturing relationship while also maintaining space for self-care? I want you to take a moment to check in with yourself. What's your current state balance? All right, so next I want to talk about the areas of life that require balance. There are so many aspects of our life that we need to balance, and it's different for everyone. So let's talk about a few of the key areas with personal life versus professional life. I know this is something because I do work from home. I am an entrepreneur. I'm self-employed. And so many times I do not know how to balance, and I'm just going to be very honest. It is days that I know that I need to be doing something either for my personal care, for my personal thing, or just with family. And I will get more into my professional life more than anything. Well, to know to struggle between work and personal commitments, that's the thing. Finding the time for family and friends while managing career is tough. But sometimes the lines blur and we feel pulled in both directions. All right, so self-care or care for others. This is another one that I struggle with. You see, this is a big one, especially for women who often feel that they need to care for everyone else first. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. This is something, when I say something that I have truly learned from, I have. Knowing that I am now a caregiver for my mom, who was just diagnosed with dementia, and I have children. I've only had one that lived with me. The other two are grown, but I'm always going to be mama to them. I have my businesses. I have my podcast. But I'm not overwhelmed with it because I love them all. I love them all. But the whole thing is that making sure that I'm taking care of myself so I can take care of others. All right, let's talk about mindfulness versus productivity. In today's fast-paced world, it can feel like there is no time for mindfulness, right? Because we're so focused on being productive. But a few minutes of stillness can actually boost your productivity, in the long run. Let's talk about social life versus alone time. It's important to balance time spent with others and time spent alone to recharge. So don't be afraid to set boundaries around your social interaction to protect your energy. And then healthy lifestyle versus enjoyment. Of course, we all want to maintain healthy habits, but life is also meant to be enjoyed. It's about finding that sweet spot between the discipline and indulgence, right? All right, so let me share something with you all. In my ebook, The Balancing Act Guide to Harmonizing Your Life, in chapter 3, in my life section, I share how I struggle with finding myself beyond the Nyomi Banks brand. See, after I retired from the industry, I found myself on a relentless quest to create a new legacy. I wanted to build something that would outlast my career as Nyomi Banks, something that would bring me a sense of worth beyond financial success. In the pursuit of this, I created business after business, believing that money and financial gain were the ultimate measures of success. But no matter how much I achieved something, something always felt off balance. But it wasn't until a few years ago that I began to understand what truly significant in my life. And I realized that my relentless pursuit of success had left little room for personal fulfillment, self-care, or a genuine connection. I had been chasing external validation, not realizing that true balance comes from within and from aligning my actions with my core values. So through self-reflection, I discovered that what brought me to the most peace was fulfillment was helping others. Helping others. Serving others allowed me to heal, to practice self-love, and to find a sense of purpose that was far more rewarding than any financial gain. So by shifting my focus from money to meaning, I was able to integrate my work with life in a way that felt balanced and fulfilling. So when I shared most of those things with you before, I had to truly sit down and realize what was most important to me, and not even what's most important to me, what truly made me happy. Was it being rich and famous? No, it wasn't. I mean, I like money too, just like anybody else, but it truly was about serving others. But for me to be able to serve others, I truly had to tap into myself. and understand who I was so I can understand those that I am serving, those who I'm speaking to while I'm speaking on this podcast. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. All right, now let's talk specifically to Jessica concerns. All right, so Jessica, you mentioned you feeling overwhelmed with your responsibilities at work and at home, right? And struggling to find time for yourself. Well, I've been through that too, and here are a few strategies that might help. First, setting boundaries is the key. Sometimes we need to say no, even when it feels uncomfortable. It's about protecting your time and your energy. And second, it's about prioritization. Prioritizing is your friend. Try using tools like lists or apps to keep track of what's most important. Tackle your top 3 priorities each day and don't feel guilty if you don't get to everything. I remember doing this in the beginning, and when I tell you, I used to get so frustrated with it myself because I'm always used to doing everything at one time. But I had to understand is that, no, you have to balance this. You have to take time out. Do this, boom. Okay, take a break. Do this project, okay, go take a break. Do this project, okay, take a break. It was even so I'm gonna share this third one with you. Schedule time for yourself and put in your calendar as if you were an important meeting, because it is. Whether it's a 15-minute walk or a long bath, make sure that you carve out moments for yourself. So what I started doing is I started treating myself like I'm a 9 to 5. My business, my podcast, everything like a 9 to 5. You know, when you're on a 9 to 5, right? And you get 2 15-minute breaks if you work that 8-hour shift, right? 2 15-minute breaks, and then you get a 30-minute lunch, right? I literally had to break down and do that to myself. I had to understand, if you feel that you are this multi-billion-dollar corporation, then you need to run it as such. Yes, you are the CEO, the CFO, the what's the name, but you also your own employee. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So in that aspect, I am a worker bee of my own. So I need to take time, those 8 hours, take that 8 hours, bam, okay? Because it was time that I would work 12 to 15 hours a day and longer. And longer. And I had said, no, I had to put my hands up and said, no, something has to give. So my listeners, those strategies definitely work. Excuse me, I just got a little tongue tie. Definitely work. And lastly, I want you to reflect on your values. 1, what truly matters to you? What truly matters to you? And also, are your daily activities aligned with what you value most? So realigning your schedule with your values can bring so much more balance into your life. All right, so here are some quick tips to achieving a balance that you can integrate into your daily lives. All right, y'all ready? All right, number 1 is start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Make small, manageable changes that you can sustain. The next one is check in on yourself regularly. How are you feeling? Where are you out of balance at? Where do you feel out of balance at? And then adjust as needed. Practice self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself in this process. And you won't always get it right, but that's okay. I found myself the other day patting myself on the back and said, you did an amazing job. You are doing an amazing job. I tell myself, do you understand how much work that you are doing? And you love doing what you do. It's okay to step away. It's okay to go get an icy cup. It's okay to go drink a glass of wine. It's okay to go meditate. A lot of times we don't do that, and we have to. So if you're listening to me right now and you're working those doubles and you're trying to catch up on some bills, look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. And I'm so serious when I say that. Or you did that, girl, or you did that, boy. Have self-compassion for yourself and celebrate you. Even though it might seem hard right now, it's going to get better. It's going to get better because trust and believe where you are today is probably a much better place than you was last week or even yesterday. A lot of people ask me time and time again, since I've left the industry, honestly, I've been out the industry for 12, almost 13 years. Yes. And what I was just telling you all about is from the time that I left the industry, I had my own radio station, makeup line, lingerie line, a record label, a production company. I was doing movies, mainstream movies. Like when I say that I was trying to do everything possible to find some fulfillment, and it was still leaving me empty. And I found myself putting all of that in there and missing out on some key things in my personal life with family members and just being with friends. But now I have so much more time to spend with others. Even though I do a lot here, but now I know how to balance it. Now I know now to listen to my body. But not only listen to my body, but to respect it. To respect it. All right, so to wrap up today's episode, we've covered what balance looks like, how it shows up in different areas of our life, some practical tips on moving toward a more balanced existence. And I want you to remember that this is an ongoing journey, and it's okay to have ups and downs along the way. Again, I want to thank you, Jessica, for your letter. And to all of you joining me today, don't forget to check out the free mini ebook, as well as the full 50-page ebook that's on our website. So if you want to get deeper into balancing your life, I love to hear more from you. So feel free to send in your questions and your letters and join us next time as we continue our Act of Balancing Life series here on the Season of Self-Love. So until then, keep nurturing yourselves and embracing this beautiful journey toward balance. Have a good one. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment here at the Season of Self-Love podcast. Remember, embracing self-love is a continuous journey, and we're so glad to have you with us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. And don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Season of Self-Love. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also on their self-love journey. Now, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like for us to explore, we love to hear from you. Email us at seasonofselflove@gmail.com and let your voice be heard. So until next time, take a moment for yourself today and remember, you are worthy of love, joy, and all the beautiful things that life has to offer.